When my son Levi was in junior high, he was in a small group with a few other junior high guys and a young man named Kent Wagner. Kent was great with the guys. He taught them to get in the Word, and he challenged them to pray and to get closer to Jesus. But he also had a lot of fun with them. One of the places that Kent worked at was called The Bridge, just kind of a youth center, but a whole lot more than that. And one night, Levi came home from his small group, just kind of laughing and cutting up about stuff. And I said, "How'd it go?" And he said, "It was great. Tonight, Kent loaded up this pitching machine, loaded up with a bunch of tennis balls and just shot them at us the whole time. We're running around the room and he's just shooting stuff at us." And I thought, that is hilarious, that this is what they did for their small group. And you know, I got to tell you, even though that was what they were doing at that time, I am grateful for Kent Wagner. I'm grateful for the impact he had on my son's life. The fact that he showed them that they could have a good time together and have fun together, but also that he would challenge him to go deeper in his walk with God. And I know he made an influence in Levi's life. I believe that if we truly want to make an influence, a deep influence in students' life, we need to make disciples, and that comes from mentoring. There are two types of mentoring, active and passive. Passive is the kind of mentoring that you just do every day. Students see how you live. They hear the kind of music you listen to. They see the movies you go to. They see how you treat your spouse and your friends and your children, and they learn from that. The other is an active kind of mentoring, a mentoring that is intentional and purposeful, where you take a small group of students, maybe 3 or 4 students, and you commit to meeting with them every week for an entire school year with the purpose of spiritual growth and accountability. When Ethan was in his early years of high school, he met with a small group of guys and a young man named Sean Wilson. Sean would invite them over to his apartment, and I remember Ethan would always want to go over early and just hang out with Sean and play some video games, and they'd have a great time together. But something that came from those meetings is Sean would challenge them to get into the Bible every day. And he also challenged them to begin journaling, to begin writing. And Ethan has done that on his own. He reads his Bible just about every day, just about every morning, and writes in his journal. I'm grateful for a person like that would do that. I just want to say 2 things. If you want your students to be spiritual, be spiritual. They will learn from your life, from watching you, from listening to you. The second thing is this: be intentional. Put your students into relationships with godly men and women who will take them deeper in their walk with God. Life-changing stuff happens when you get involved in a student's life. All of the programs that you create and that you run and you maintain will attract students, but it's the relationships that keep them there, and the relationships that will take them further in their walk with God.